a record-setting day beyond the arc for the Lady Vols, and we'll see if you can keep up because it's a lot to keep track of. First, Samara Spencer sank 9 threes, which is an SEC and Lady Vols record. The team cashed in 21 more threes to get to 30 trays on the day. That sets an NCAA record as the first men's or women's team to sink 30 triples in a game. All of that leading to an 8-0 start, which for Kim Caldwell, it now marks the best start by a debut head coach in Lady Vol history. So how did they get there? I'm Paige Dower. This is the Field Pass on Full Disclosure. The first thing to know following Tennessee's 139-59 victory over North Carolina Central was Samara Spencer was absolutely in her zone. Not only did she knock back 9 trays, she also was 10-15 from the field. She had 10 assists and 0 turnovers. And it's that stat line in 24 minutes of action that was most impressive to Coach Kim Caldwell. She described Samara Spencer's performance as impressive, but she says it was crazy that she didn't have any turnovers. And even after the game, Samara Spencer highlighted how her performance tonight was exactly why she came to Tennessee.
It's the reason why I came here. I don't think if I would have stayed where I was at, I would be able to do such a thing. So for me to come here to such a historical program and put my name in the record books, I think it's special.
The second thing to know following Tennessee's win over North Carolina Central is to take it with a grain of salt. While North Carolina Central has had one of the toughest schedules in the country, they've yet to capture a win, making them one of the worst teams in the nation. So after the game, when I asked the players, what is that main thing that you can learn about yourselves in a game like this? And they talked about their defense, and it's something worth mentioning because in the first half, they had great half-court defense, but it was in the second half where it definitely got a little sloppy because you just can tell from even the points that North Carolina Central put up. It was 18 in the first 2 quarters, 41 in the final 2 quarters, and where that breakdown, it comes in the half-court defense. And while Coach Kim Caldwell says I'm not really going to look at film after this game, they're definitely going to cherry pick some moments where they were missed opportunities and blown coverage so that when their next opponent comes to town, when they get ready for teams like Memphis, they're not committing those same mistakes because that'll cost them gravely when you get to SEC play. But Kim Caldwell had a different perspective on what she's going to learn about this team following this game, and it's something a lot of us have probably picked up on while watching the team this season, and it's that they're not a selfish team. They've had one of their best scoring nights of this season. 52% from the field, 47% from beyond the arc. They've not had anything anywhere close to that all season long, even against other Power 4 conference teams that they've faced this season. That's a bit of a tongue twister. But what you can see about how connected this team is and what Coach Kim Caldwell will take away from this game is that they're not selfish. It can be so easy in a matchup like this and the caliber of opponent that you have to just fire off the threes or the jumpers when you have an open look. But they didn't do that. They actually set a season high in assists tonight with 28, besting their previous of 20 assists. It leads right into Samara Spencer and her 10 assists that she had on top of having 9 trays on the day. And again, any of us that have watched the team this season know how connected this team is. And if you want further proof that they're not only connected on the court, but off the court, I want to talk about this really cute moment real quickly because I just can't not mention it. After the game, the team was so prepared to celebrate Samara Spencer after she goes down the line with the handshakes. It's Ruby Whitehorn and Dee Spearman. They're ready to celebrate her. Somehow they managed to pick her up and they wanted to get her on her shoulder to kind of, I guess, find a different way to celebrate her. And it was just a funny moment, and Samara Spencer was just like squealing the whole time, so I had to ask the players to describe that moment after the game, and again highlighting just how ready they are to cheer each other on.
She saw me looking at her,
Yeah,
she started running.
I had to catch her.
But like, you know, just we had to. Like, we was trying to put her on our shoulders, but
Yeah.
she fight us
She
so
be fighting,
much.
yes.
So we couldn't do it, but, you know, we had to lift her up because she had a great game.
Yeah, she knew we was coming though. She knew we was coming. She was trying to hide.
It was fun, but I'm not really a touchy person. They know that, which is why they did that. But I mean, it was fun, but I just never again. Please don't.
It will happen again.
It will.
Yeah, so just a great moment that I had to bring attention to. It was just such a fun exchange, and you could also even see that when Destiny Wells and Edie Darby were out on the court, both of them knocking back 3-pointers in the game tonight, and the team erupting from the bench to celebrate them. So it's a very connected team. I think that's probably going to be their greatest advantage and edge this season, especially when things are maybe expectedly going to get tougher once SEC play gets going. But they've talked about resiliency all season, but they also have a lot of chemistry and connection as well. And I think that will just continue to strengthen them all season long. But thank you all so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment, engage, all you can do to continue to help supporting me. I've definitely enjoyed putting these post-game recaps together for you all because it's just been such a fun season so far. But I will be back later this weekend, and then of course next week because it's game week ahead of OSU. So it's going to be a crazy week with me and Jimmy Himes next week as the Vols get ready to head to Columbus for their first ever playoff game. I'll talk to you guys then.